Hello and welcome to October's Gardening Advice here at the Old Railway Line Garden Centre. I'm again joined with Keith, and we're going to talk a bit now about the flower garden. So this month, Keith, we're continuing to plant spring flowering bulbs, is that right?
Yes, keep planting the bulbs. I think I'd leave the tulips till next month, but all the other bulbs can go in now if you haven't already done it. But yeah, good time to plant. We've moved on to October. I've got to say, what a fantastic September we had. The flowers just kept coming and kept going right to the end of the month, and it was a great month, really dry and warm, unusually so, really. But the summer bedding can't go on forever. It's done very well, but it needs to come out now, and need to start thinking about the winter and spring bedding. Cyclamen for the autumn, but pansies, really violas for the through the winter and spring. And then the spring flowering plants like the primroses, the polyanthus, the bellis, wallflowers can go in now. So it's a good planting time for all of this overwintering and spring flowering plants.
And is there anything else in the flower garden that people can be looking to do now?
I think the herbaceous perennials have been really good, but at this time they'll start to die back. There's two schools of thought, really. Some people like to tidy up the dead growth at the end of the autumn, so that the garden looks tidy for the winter. Other people, and I'm in this second group, I prefer to leave the growth on, because I think it looks quite good with frost on it, and it gives the garden a bit of height through the winter. It's good for wildlife as well. There's plenty of places for insects and birds to find food. And then I tidy my herbaceous perennials up in the spring. You know, you pay somebody and takes your choice on that. But it is a job to start thinking about anyway in October, and some people will get on with it then as well.
Well, that's great. Thanks, Keith. And I think it's reassuring for people, because a lot of people think that in the winter there's nothing much going on in the garden, but to see that there are flowering plants you can get for the garden, just to have that colour throughout the winter as well.
And it's not just flowering plants that we said last month in baskets and tubs. You need to put in some evergreen plants as well, you know, for some structure and some leaf colour through the winter. So little conifers and grasses, just to add to those flowering plants.
That's great. Well, thanks very much, Keith.